Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is a Raid Shadow Legends video. So guys, I'm going to jump into the event dungeon and see what's what. We're going to try and take down Odin with some pretty fancy teams. I've seen some nutty teams that already exist out there. So I saw this screenshot come through yesterday with somebody beating up the final stage in 6 seconds, basically with a Trunder smack. So I'm guessing what's going on here. Gurped up boosts our damage. Shuzen gives Trunder the instant turn. You got Ramantu and Bellinor basically softening him up before Trunder comes in. I guess with the one shot of an ad, which then spreads damage to everyone else with the crushing rend. Pretty sure that's the way it must go down. And the Trunder's so powerful in this kind of like Hydra build that she one-shots the boss and everything about the boss. So pretty nuts. What else have I seen? I've seen another kind of crazy one. Even crazier, actually. I don't own any of these champions. There you go. I don't own a single one of these. But we've got Triple Feral. Why Triple Feral? I don't really get that. What's going on with that fella? Maybe there's no need for the triple. Maybe that's just the flex. Where is Feral? All right, found him. Found him. Of course, he's a tree dude. So Feral, why Feral? If an ally is under 2 or more buffs, increases their resistance, accuracy. If an ally is under 4 or more buffs, also increases their damage dealt by 20%. Damn! Forgot about this. So Feral is given a damage boost. I don't think that this would stack. So I don't think it would stack. So I guess what's happening is one of the Ferals is being used for buffs. One of them is in there for this damage increase. I think that's probably it, right? So I think you need to get to 4 or more buffs. And imagine Shuzen is also... Does she give us a couple of buffs as well? Again, another one I don't have. Let me just check. Shuzen for the instant turn gives buffs as well. Yeah, so we're getting instant buffs here and instant turn. After Feral does his buffs, and then you're getting the Feral damage buff. I think that's the way it's going down. And maybe, I mean, maybe these do stack. I'm not sure. I haven't had 1, let alone 3 to test. If they do stack, that's kind of nuts. But then this Siegfried here is just coming in and one-shotting. And this is a 2-second clear, which is absolutely bonkers, honestly. So people finding ways to do tons of damage to this boss. I did see someone tag me in my Discord as well and show me one of their teams. And they were using this kind of like cool Seer team. So Seer was clearing all of the enemy waves and then the damage was pouring in after that. So I've seen a bunch, but I have gone for a burning team. So I found this team on the Optimiser. I was like, right, I've got all of the pieces. I only actually had to build out 1 champion because everyone else was already good to go. But I kind of like came in to find team. Let's just show you some of the different options that we had. So we've got this kind of like burn team with a newt, which is a team I'm going to build out here and show you. If I just exclude newt for a second, look at this. So currently we found 350 teams, which is not that many actually. But if we apply no newts, we lose over half. And then Acrizia is the next one. So if we get rid of Acrizia, obviously any end game content, enemy max HP stuff is just where it's at, and then we start to see much slower teams, but still decent ones. So seems like the Seer clear is the way to go, and then utilize champions like Ninja to throw out the burns and kill the boss through burnage. But yeah, Seer clearing the enemy waves. So if you look at the kind of way these teams are made up, basically you've got somebody pushing your speed forward. So like a 267 Lydia here is giving you a speed up. And then 254, I guess, is the number that you need to still go ahead of the enemies before they have their turn. Got plenty of buffs on. You rip off the buffs and Seer nukes the enemy wave. And then you're basically left with tidy up crew with Ninja whilst everyone else is trying to keep Ninja or try and keep your team alive. Block debuffs with protection potential here with a Duchess, and away you go. So that's kind of like one of the options, and I'm sure there'll be a ton more teams popping up when people have had a bit more time playing this game mode. I'm also interested actually if there's any, just back up from here, are there any epic only teams in the mix? 0 found. Let me just reset all filters a sec. Let me try that again, just in case I'd had something funky or no. 0 found right now. So definitely a dungeon that is, you know, requiring some pretty decent level champs. I've seen some which feel more accessible. Certainly the one I was shown with the kind of sear into a newt clear up. But yeah, you can see how many double newt teams there are here on the Optimiser just because he's so damn good. But anyway, let's burn him to death. So show you what team I've been building out so far and why it's so effective. It's cool actually because I got to use a couple of champs that I've not really used at all on my account, even though they're really strong. So we are using Freebie, Artak. I'm using my Theodore, a Sakia. It's the first time I actually built her out on this account. Gizmak, who is actually MVP for this fight. And then I'm using my Newt. Okay, so what's going down? Gizmak comes in with his irresistible burn. So as long as you've got 100% crit rate, his burn cannot be resisted. And when we look at the stats of this dungeon, let me just bring it up for you. If anyone has not been to the website, hellhades.com, into this section, you should check it out. Raid stages tool. You can literally come into any encounter. So it's a dungeon. It's the new event dungeon. And then go to the level you want to fight. So if we're trying to fight stage 30, I can look at the enemy team and understand what we're up against. So what accuracy levels do I need? Therefore, how much resistance have they got? How much accuracy do I need? Okay. You can also look at the enemy's accuracy and therefore how much resistance do you need? Now, one thing to bear in mind with this particular encounter on stage 30 is Dune Lord Gregor being in the team. He is a crafty little devil because he's actually throwing up the stats of everybody else. Where is he? I do own him, actually. So Dune Lord has got this stuff that when he's got more faction allies around, they basically gain more stats or more things that they can happen. So allies deal more damage to people under stun. Oh, yes, Odin stuns you, so you're going to get whacked if you let him hit you. Allies ignore 50% of the target's resistance, which means that going high resistance here probably isn't the answer. As long as this guy's alive, high resistance is going to be nothing to you because they're going to eat through 50% of it, which means that you need to build champs with like well over 1,000 resistance to make any sense, and you just can't do that in this game. So Dune Lord Gregor is basically saying, if I'm alive, you cannot resist anything my Lord Odin, Odin is doing, right? So that's something important. When counterattacking, yeah, that's fine. He's got some other stuff as well. So he's also got this thing on his A3. If he gets a turn, he gives his team more accuracy. So again, resistance becomes pretty much useless. He's got decreases the cooldown of ally skills. He's got turn meter fill, and then gives an instant turn to someone with high crit damage. So he is a pain if you don't kill him basically immediately. Okay, he's going to be a real problem because the rest of the team are barbarians. But you can see the speeds of the teams here. So you've got enemies which are running between sort of 270 and 250 odd. The actual boss is at 260. So we're going to need to make sure that we build enough speed to nuke down the enemies before they all start taking their turns. What I'm going to do, actually, I'm not at the level of 30 yet. So I'm just going to kind of keep grinding up with this squad so you can get a flavor of what it's doing. And I think I'll show you the builds at the end. I've got my accuracy in dungeons from my Newt, so I didn't need to build as much accuracy on my team for my aura. And then basically the way we get this working is Gizmak gets the guaranteed burn. We've then got burn activations going on by basically everyone in my squad. And Newt's actually clever in this fight, and he does go for the boss. And we get a very quick takedown on the boss, 6 seconds at this stage. I'm just wondering if my builds are strong enough to go right the way through to 30. Actually, I might not be quick enough looking at those stats I just showed you for 30. You can see here the idea is we just use the allies of Odin against him, because every time we're activating the burns on them, we're activating 5 ticks of burns each time we're doing an ability, and those 5 ticks are enough to basically get him to low health, and then I come through in the end with the Soul Reap and we get him fully dead. Kind of keeping a bit of pinpoint stuff for now just to see how much I actually get once we get going. There is going to be an event real soon around farming this anyway. So far it's been the same clean sweep all the way up to this stage with this same squad. I am actually get the double rewards in one run. Did I have super raids on the whole time, or was that not an option? I feel like that was not an option. Am I just going crazy? I don't know. Okay, let's just keep it going. Let's make sure I can actually get to 30, and then I can show you what this team is doing. It's very clean, though. I love this, actually. Very clean. Bosh. Down they go. Yeah, I must have had super raids on the whole time. All the way up from level 1, where it was complete trash gear. So just that burn, pumpage. Down he goes. Easy as you like. So do we hit stage 30 with the same team, or do I need to build more speed? Let's see. We go bosh, bosh. Instant activations. Yes. That's what I was wondering about. I just got a couple which are a bit too slow. We might still get it done, but I just need to pick the speed up on a couple of these fellas. Because now he goes crazy, look. Taking down all of my dudes. It's one of those that... possible I still get there just somehow. But everyone's got counterattack. Everyone's got... oh, I actually had a pain link out there. Everyone's got counterattack. Everyone's got unkillable. Odin's an absolute beast if you let him and his team start to have a turn. So yeah, definitely needed to pick the pace up of my Theodore. Because the thing is, as soon as they start having a turn and doing all this stuff, basically, you just never really get another go because he's just getting his unkillable back up constantly. So yeah, we're going to lose, but good tester. So basically just need faster speed on a couple of those champs. So Gizmak. Gizmak's fast enough at 271. Let's just check those stats again. I need to be above 270, basically on everyone, I think. Gizmak is fine. Noop's too slow at 265, so I need an extra like 5 odd speed on him. Can actually just glyph up. Oh, straight away. Beautiful. Beautiful. So 270 on the dot. My Saki is already well fast enough. Pretty sure Artak did have a turn, but we can just grab another. I definitely want Newt to be last. So we want to get to 272 ideally here. 271. Okay, that might be okay. Theodore currently 267. So I need, again, a little bit more speed on him. I've got him in this kind of like solo build, but I don't use him for soloing right now. Oh, this is such a good piece. Burns out there. Activation, 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 activation. Do we get a Newt hit away? Not quite. Newt's still too slow down. Because the Vault cut in. Okay, added a bit more speed onto my Newt and to my Artak. Just a couple of speed so that we're beating the speed race. So we get activation, burn. Activation and burn. We should get the Soul Reap. Oh, it's actually very close. We just about get it done. It's tight. It's tight. I noticed there that some of the burns are dropping off. I think my ordering might just be slightly out. So my Gizmak is going after my crew, and I actually need him to be going earlier on than that. Otherwise, I mean, it's still strong, but I need him to be going before everybody else because he's increasing the burn time. Okay, we got it. So burn goes up, ignites, ignite again, ignite again, ignite again, ignite again. Blessed Bash comes in. 1, 2, 3. The Soul Reap says good night, and Odin drops with a little tickle, and that's stage 30 getting hard wrecked by the fire. Really cool kind of like design of team, and obviously it's kind of pretty endgame stuff, but then it is an endgame dungeon, or it's supposed to be an endgame dungeon, so it kind of makes a bit of sense. But yeah, the triple burns. Not sure why is Theodore doing 0 damage though? What's going on with that? Am I using the wrong skill? Instantly increases the duration of all burns, then instantly activates them on each enemy. Why has he got 0 damage? Theodore, Does the damage count for someone else? Not sure. Not sure, but that is the team getting hard wrecked. What am I doing wrong? I still don't know what I'm doing wrong. Why is Theodore got 0 damage there? Let me know down below. Do I even play this game anymore? I'm sure I'm going to be asked. But yeah, basically what we got here, enough speed to get the job done for Dismac. That's literally it for this build, but the rest of this build is like a PvP build that I use. Newt is faster than the crew, but slowest in your team. And then obviously the damage build coming in on the back of that. Again, this is a build I use elsewhere. Hopefully it still works elsewhere. Sakia, faster than basically everybody, and accuracy to land your stuff. Artak, slowest out of the crew apart from your Newt. Again, enough accuracy to do his job and enough speed to get there. And then Theodore, accuracy and speed. That's the job. That's all you need to do with these champs. The rest of the stats there are all just kind of like filler. The sets, honestly, are pretty much filler as well. And even the blessings, apart from the blessing on Newt, yeah, basically filler. So that's it. Odin getting wrecked by fire. I will see you in the next one.